All right, guys, so we're here at Mixtape Brewing in Marickville. We're going to go in and chat to Jason. Have a great one.
ABV is proudly sponsored by Convoy, Bintani, Craft Punks Canning and Rallings, Labels and Stickers.
Guys, I'm here with Jason from Mixtape Brewing, mate. Thanks for having us so early in the morning in this cold Sydney weather. It's
a bit fresh today.
Yeah, it is a bit, mate. We're from Queensland, so it's definitely cold for us.
Yeah.
Mate, tell us about your system here. What have you got and how big is it? And
so our brewery is effectively 300 litres.
Yep.
So we're 4 fermenters, a bright tank, just 1 kettle and a mash tun. So we get about 5 kegs a batch, generally.
Yeah,
if
cool.
it's really heavily hopped, then maybe a bit less than that, 4.5.
Yeah.
Depending on what we're making. So yeah, we get to make some small batch fun stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was checking out your website, and I know you said you're not a fan of making lagers, and you'd rather buy in some people that do. Is that still the fact? Or?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I grew up drinking to his news, so I like everyone in the old days, you grew up drinking lagers, but once I got a taste of an ale, I haven't gone back. I just don't like the esters of like lagers, that banana-y, so I don't like Hefeweizens or Belgian beers or any of those styles. They're just a bit much for me. So. But yeah, I mean, we have 18 taps, so I can only maintain 9 taps with this system anyway. So taking up a tank, lagering properly would just be, it'd kill our system. So,
just too much production hold up.
Yeah, too much of that. And look, I'm not interested in making them well, so I may as well get them from someone who makes them really well. Because then it sells.
Yep.
You know, because we operate as a venue. with a brewery, which is a bit different.
Yeah, it's not just a brewery.
Yeah, it's not just a brewery with a bar.
Yep.
So then we can focus on venue stuff, which would be, supplying something better than I can make.
Yep. And I know you also don't really have a core range either. You just sort of turn over the same sort of beer and just change the hops.
Yeah, I mean, we have our pale ale.
Yeah, okay.
And we've sort of moved into our old Sando as being core range, I guess you could call it. And then, like, we always have a sour on.
Yep.
So we have a sour as a core range, but it's always changing.
Something different.
So we do always have a sour, always have an IPA, always have a dark beer of some sort. So we sort of have a core range, but it just...
Core styles, sort
of.
Core
styles, there you go. Yeah. Core styles.
Yeah, nice. This spot, like, why here in Marickville? And
well, we had another bar called Spoon and Goats, and before COVID hit, we're actually looking to do this as our second venue.
Yep.
So we've been looking since 2017 to get something like this open. So we'd seen this place back then in 16, 17, but it wasn't zoned right, so we couldn't use it for what we wanted.
Right, okay.
And so we've sort of always had an eye on this place for, we've been 3 years, so 5 years we kept an eye on this place.
Yeah.
Then it got rezoned, and then we were like, sweet, we'll take it. It was during COVID too, so we got a fairly good deal.
Yep.
Not many people were looking for spaces, so and Marickville, because this is where all the spaces were.
Yeah.
You know, not because we're like, everyone's in Marickville, let's do Marickville. It's just sort of, there's pockets in Sydney where these spaces are available.
Yep.
So
it's a decent space.
Yeah,
it's huge, isn't it?
Well, our old bar fitted in our staff room.
Yeah, okay.
So it's fairly different to what we were doing before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brew kit, like as you said, it's only 300 litre. Was that by design, just so that it could fit here and was out of the way, and you knew you'd just be turning beers over?
We actually had it before we found before we got the venue. So we bought that. It was in storage for 2 years.
Yeah, right.
Waiting to find a space.
Yep.
Because we went in with a couple of other breweries and we all bought the same system. Theirs were a pilot system, but this is my main system. So it was just easier to get it at the time because we all ordered the same things. We all got it shipped together, so it saved on costs.
Yeah, cool.
But unfortunately, it cost me 2 years of storage fees.
Yeah.
Till we found our space. But yeah, that's why we got this system in particular.
Yep.
And then we just sort of modelled it around that a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a production brewery.
Yeah. Yep.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done production brewing and I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, you get to, with the size of the tanks, things will be moving all the time. So it's full-on experimentation, pretty much.
The other thing is thinking of recipes all the time.
Yeah.
So, but again, having course styles is kind of fun because then you can make an IPA, but then you can just go through all the hops.
Yep.
So you make a Mosaic IPA, a Simcoe IPA, and so you can just pick a new hop that comes out all the time, which then makes it a bit easier when you're coming up with beers.
Yeah.
So the core beer is the same.
Yep.
But you're just hopping it with a different hop. So that's where the fun and variation can come in without having to sit down every week and go like, oh, what I'm going to make today? We're going to come up with this recipe. And I mean, I still do that, but it's not as much pressure.
Yeah.
When you can just change that a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of beer that you've put through that you didn't note down something and it's come out amazing and you're like, I don't know what I did to...
Yes. One of our first beers, I tried a style that I'd read about where you can kettle sour in the tank rather than kettle souring in the kettle.
Yep.
And so I tried that and it didn't quite work because you arrest the souring by adding some hops in apparently.
Yep.
So I tried that, but it didn't work. And so it sort of fermented. And so I must have picked a yeast up somewhere along the way, and it was only going to be 3.5% anyway.
Yep.
And so then once I stopped the souring, it just wasn't bubbling and fermenting. So I was like, what is going on? I couldn't work out what's going on. About a week later, I took it up to Young Henry's to test for alcohol, and it had fermented.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, it still tastes pretty darn good. And so it tastes like a table beer.
Yeah, okay.
So that slight little bit of funk on it, like you have a table beer, and it was one of my favourite beers I've ever made.
Yeah.
But I can't make it again because I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, no idea. No idea. And I put some Sabro hops in there as well because I love Sabro hops.
Yep.
And that was just one for the ages. Never again.
Do you only keg? Yep. No.
Well, we do get some of our pale cans.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
We have kegged a beer for an event, but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
For 300 litres, it's not cheap.
Yep.
In the future, it becomes a bit cheaper if we can keg a couple of beers at a time.
Yep.
And these are uni tanks, so they can become bright tanks as well.
Yep.
So if maybe I could have 2 beers carbonated, then it might make it a bit more affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if it's a cost you don't need to worry about because you don't wholesale your beers out. Hey, it's all in-house. If people want your beer, they've got to come here to get it.
Yeah. That model of being like a proper brew bar is where we really wanted to be because you don't have sales staff, you don't have wholesale, no distribution, no worrying about trying to sell products, and you make way more money on your beer selling it over the bar than you do selling it wholesale anyway. I do sell the occasional keg out to other venues, but it's pretty rare. It'd be for an event or something.
Yeah.
The Forest Lodge Hotel in Forest Lodge, they like to take a beer for May the 4th.
Yeah, cool.
So they're probably the only ones I'll sell to one of my Star Wars beers.
Yeah.
Because he's a good mate and he's been doing it from the beginning. So
yeah. Mate, are you happy if we sit down and have a chat about some of these Star Wars beers? I reckon that sounds good.
Yep.
Mate, thanks for chat about the brewery and these beers. This looks incredible. Star Wars stuff, is that a huge theme? Was it meant to be a theming stuff here, or is it just one of those things that you just wanted to bring that personality?
So our old bar, Spoon and Goats, was semi-Star Wars themed grunge basement bar in the city.
Yep.
Just we couldn't help ourselves and brought some Star Wars over, and we're trying to limit how much Star Wars we put up there, but people know us for that, and it just keeps going, encroaching.
Mixtape is I'm from that generation as well. I remember making mixtapes.
Yep.
Have you found you had to explain what a mixtape is, and do some people know?
A couple of times. I mean, most people just think it's a cool logo, to tell you the truth. It's a funny one. A lot of the old guys who come through and reminisce and talk about it a fair bit.
Yep.
And like, oh, kids don't know what it is these days, kind of stuff, which is funny to listen to. But no, most people sort of know what a mixtape is. But probably never done one before. But yeah.
It was that always going to be the name of the business, or
no? We were just sort of searching around for a whole bunch of stuff. I was genuinely surprised it was available.
Yeah.
Like I could have sworn there would have been a Mixtape Brewing somewhere.
Yeah.
There is one in America, but it looks like it's a little homebrew thing. So yeah, we got it and we ran with it and we trademarked it straight away, and and the logo just sort of made itself.
Yeah.
And it's quite a versatile logo too, so you just change the colour for the beer and change the name, and it sort of works.
Yep. What have been the challenges? Like if you run a bar, like you know a lot of hospitality and those sort of challenges, what's been one of the challenges of having to also manufacture the beer and sell it? Because a lot of people don't get, like breweries are two sort of businesses with manufacturers as well as hospitality. Has there been any challenges that have been new that have popped up?
I guess taking a lot of my time away. Brewing's not quick.
No. No.
And then keeping up with the beer for the bar has been the hard part. So when we initially opened, we only had 2 or 3 beers on tap, and it was hard to sort of maintain that. And then gradually we'd add a tap on and add a tap on. So it took a year and a half to 2 years to get 9 full taps on regularly. And I guess that's the challenge. The other challenge is sometimes I like to let a beer sit out the back for a little bit, just to like say hoppy beers to reduce the hop burn. You just need it to not be like
it just needs a little bit of time.
Yeah, it needs time. And commercially, that's hard when you want to maintain 9 taps. I have put beers on before I probably should have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're all right, and you put them on anyway.
And you watch someone having a sip, and you're like,
it just gets me. And being a world perfectionist in brewing, but then I'll go back and I'll try all the beers, like not regularly, but semi-regularly, just to make sure that they're still carbonated well, they're not gone off. So I'll go back through and try them all, and then I'll get to the ones that I'm like, oh, geez, that's good.
Yeah.
And it just needed those 2 weeks, and that was hard.
Yeah.
But now we've got ahead of ourselves a bit that I can afford to have
a bit of breathing room.
Yeah. Like I made my first cryo hop IPA a month and a half ago.
Yep.
And again, was leaving it there, and I've actually left it there for about 7 weeks. 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Anyway, way longer than I wanted to, but I just couldn't get it on tap.
Yeah.
And even still with the cryo, I'm feeling a little bit of, I'm like, do I really need more than 7 weeks? But maybe I just think that's the hop and that's the beer.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes that's just how it's meant to be. Sometimes, the beers that you're making and pulling through, like, do you find in summer that you have to change the sort of styles that are going to come through the taps a lot quicker? Like people come in and they're like, oh man, it's sour weather, and they're going to just burn through your sours?
A little bit. I think people are pretty good these days at being pretty versatile in what they drink.
Yeah.
Like Old Sando is pretty much now the core, and that moves pretty well.
Yep.
Even during summer. It's like a black lager basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do. But I also like having beers on there that do sit for a little while, and that helps me maintain the 9 taps.
Yep.
So let's say for winter I've got an Imperial Stout coming on. That's not going to move in 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
So that'll sit there for a couple of months, which I'm more than happy with, because I've got my pale and my sour and another beer that will just
cover the
4,
others.
5, 6 kegs a week kind of thing, which is where your money will come from.
Yep.
And then you have your wedges in between, which will be your bigger beers or your more interesting beers like the Blue Lightsaber.
Yeah.
Although that's a very smashable summer beer as well.
Tastes great. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I tell people to close their eyes when they try it, because the blue freaks people out a bit. And it's like, no, close your eyes, see what it tastes like. Oh yeah, it's a different beer.
Yeah. It's like a rice beer. How much sort of rice was going on in?
Well, that one, I haven't called it a rice lager or anything. It's a hybrid of a few different things. Cause the challenge is to get it as clear as possible, because if you add any type of blue to it, it goes purple.
Yep.
So this is my 3rd attempt at doing blue milk.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's not blue milk. So it had some grain in it, and then it had rice in it, and then it had some dextrose in it, and then I used Quebec yeast So it's just a mix of stuff
going on.
Just a mix of stuff.
Purely mixtape.
Yeah, and it is supposed to also be cloudy. Like I made it to be a cloudy beer like milk, but it's all settled out as well. So
yeah,
just the challenges of making weird and wonderful beers is I don't make hazy beers generally, and so I guess that's something I need to work on as well. But the dosing of the colouring just went from here to here. And I'm like, next year.
That's right. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Like you were saying before, that you brewed up for May the 4th for Star Wars Day. Mm-hmm. So all of these beers, do you try and do the same beers like next year, or just do a different wedge of like the same sort of style, or is it like this thing where you're just trying to nail it?
It's a bit of both. I'm trying to nail that one still. Last year it went purple, and so we made a purple lightsaber.
Yep.
So I made a different beer. It was purely by accident. So there's a couple of beers I try and remake each year.
Yep.
But then there's others that I just try and mix it up. And it depends on how much foreplanning I have.
Yeah.
If I get to the day, I'm like, oh shit, I haven't got this beer, so I'll make blue milk again.
Yeah.
Or I'll make, Mando Calrissian's like a pretty standard one that I like to make because I love Mandarin IPAs.
Yep.
It's a mix of wanting to do different things and how much time I have, how much planning I've got done, and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, the like being here in Marickville, like was that a bonus to know that you wanted this spot here where there's all the other breweries, and now there's like the ale trail and everything around here? Do you find that that's a big bonus to being here?
Heaps. Like we're so lucky to be where we are. Well, it's a mix of both. Yes, we're very lucky because our trail's now grown around where we are because Marickville is where the spaces were, like we said before. So the fact that we found one pretty much smack bang in the middle of the ale this immediate area ale trail has been really beneficial.
Yep.
So we're sort of in the middle, so we don't get like the heaps drunkest people.
Yeah.
There isn't what are on the end. So people start up there and come through this way, start there and go that way. So we sort of like get the slightly inebriated ones and they move on to the other ones kind of thing. But very lucky. Very, very lucky.
Yeah.
Planning and luck.
Yep.
It always comes into it.
Yeah.
And the beer scene now is just people are used to moving. Yeah. Going from one to the other.
Yeah, well I was just going to ask that. Like do you have a lot of regulars that come in, or is it a lot of just transient people just constantly walking back around, or is that just the vibe in Marickville that some of the regulars are regulars at all of them? And
it's a really nice mix actually. There are regulars of all of them, but then you get your people who just particularly like your place.
Yep.
Like for instance, we've got 45 wines on our list, and I work pretty hard on that. And so we have people now who come for wine. Yeah. And that's the joy of being a venue as opposed to a brewery. Like some breweries do have wine, but I put a lot of effort into it. And so we get those people. Yep. It's really good. And now we've just started the live music part. We're getting that new range of people coming through, like maybe a younger, a lot of people coming through. Yep. But we're a fan of organic growth, like slow and steady growth with regulars and locals. Yep. Makes it much more sustainable. Yep. Because then you have that core group of people who will come, maybe not every single week, but they'll come semi-regularly or fairly regularly, and then you have all your people that come through. Yep. And they just sort of top the coffers up as you speak. Yep. It's a really nice mix. Yeah.
It's what's been probably the biggest challenge though about coming here and opening this venue?
Can I say the council?
You can say the council, yeah. I'd be surprised if they listen to us. But
look, see, the Inner West Council is good in many ways, but we weren't the first brewery to come through here. Yeah. We were probably number 8. And at that stage, you'd think they would have had a better system of getting open, but they just don't make it easy for you. Yep. I know there's a lot of ticking of boxes, but some of it was just purely unnecessary. Yeah. Particularly when you've got models that you've already approved and you can see
how it works
and function, and just a little bit of. I know sometimes they're a bit restricted in what they can and can't do as well. They've got to tick boxes too, but at some point you're like, and so that was very challenging. And I don't know, just getting things open.
Yeah.
You know, money disappears pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, as much as you think you have, you need an extra 20-30% just for those extra things you don't think about. So, and we're still not a polished product at all. There's many things that I wanted to do that we just had to sacrifice because you know, that was a bit more expensive than we thought, or we save some money there, so that goes onto that, and so there's lots of that stuff that happened that was quite challenging. And those things will
still keep coming, as you were saying earlier about the baffling, the audio baffling and whatnot. So yeah, about once a year we try and do some sort of major project to improve the venue. So we've probably got another one or two we want to do, and then we can just settle into just operating and make some money. That's the golden thing. Mate, last one. What's your most sort of far goal? Like, where do you want to see Mixtape in 5 years, 10 years? Like, is it full every time you're open? Is there people chanting? Is it? What's the goal? Like opening any business, I guess I want to be able to step back. I want to be able to enjoy it a bit more. Well, no, I enjoy it, but you know, not have to work as much in it. 60 hours a week. Small business. That's really challenging not to do that. But I guess just to be able to step back a bit and just let it run itself. You know, we've got good people in. So it's fairly achievable now. But you know, we're just trying to save the money to do the next thing. It's still the money thing, right? You just got to. Those last few improvements we want to do, that means that we're just got to keep working and get to that goal, and then just be able to maintain what we're doing, and then just start to improve slightly on certain things. Mate, it's been great. Thank you so much for chatting to us this morning. I know it's only 9 o'clock and we've got a beer, but I know it's actually going down all right. Who drinks at 9 in the morning? All right, mate. Well, thanks heaps again for the chat. It was great. And nice cheers away. Cheers, mate. Enjoy. Thank you.